I think it's time. I've been having visions, fantasies, my whole life. My eyes are seeing, wanna fight you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just want to get you so
like on stage, and just be aware of that in case that startles you. It is part of the show. Nobody's here to get you. Yeah. And then in terms of the exits, we have an exit right there. Where you entered is an exit, and then there's an exit in the green room. And then in that little alcove, there is a bathroom. And when you go into that alcove, the bathroom is straight in front of you, not to you, just the door straight in front of you. And a reminder, if you're in this physical space, to silence your phones, please. And keep the aisles clear for our cast members. And after the show, there'll be an opportunity to donate and express gratitude in a way that feels most abundant to you. There's a QR codes on the program. There's a QR code that flashes on the screen that will come back once the live stream is over. And I think that's it. So let's take a breath together. So ground yourself in a way that feels good to you. And it's not about fixing, but just figuring out their way they can get 10% more comfortable and find your sweet spot. And the first breath that we'll take You'll breathe in something that you need for yourself, and then you'll exhale. So let's do that together. And then the second breath is going to be something that you want to send to the cast, to each other, as we gather together in this space, physically and virtually. And so breathe that in and send it out with a loud exhale. Yeah. Thank y'all so much. Scarlet sky, fissured earth, cottonmouth. Your hands clasped across your splitting belly. In your craw is the historical entanglement, the half-millennium-long planetary ecocide genocide not known as since 1492. You were born into it and it into you, churning, burning, bulging within you. Your ears ring. Soften your craggy breath. Now a hum. Soften your craggy breath. Now a song. Now a song, yes, a cicada song burrowing into your skull. Go to the edge, not the bleach pit of the center, but the edge, the song says. Go to the edge. No, not the hemorrhage, modeling borders of empire, but beyond, elsewhere. Go to the edge. Look down. Slivers of moonrise so thin they look like they could slice the soles of your feet. Illumine your path. You follow them. Sometimes you walk, slither, hop along the slivers of moonrise to the edge. Sometimes the knot makes it that you are riding, convulsing, revolting to the edge nonetheless. The edge be a liminal space. And you know liminal don't equal marginal. And if you don't know now, you know, but rather liminal be a ritual space, and a ritual space be for summoning and transformation. When you arrive, the fragrance of mulberry trees washing over you. It is dusk. You are not alone here. Others surround you with red threads hanging from their mouths. You feel the knot entangled within you unravel. You all kneel, sink into the edge, pull the threads from each of your own mouth, not always gently, not always gingerly. As you pull, unravel, disentangle, you swoon in somnolence, a summoning hum and howl comes from your throat. And as you summon other worlds, may other worlds summon you. And as you summon another world, may another world summon you. And as you summon Mother World, may Mother World summon, summon, summon. The one who dies, who falls into the wreckage of the ship, cannot come back for, or as, or by herself. Fred Moden.
In the now time, we know it wiser to seek salvation from the earth than from the denied heavens.
But when the heavens have taught us to merely transcend the flesh, earth has taught us in its oceans, in its sands, and its muds, the glory in reckoning. Sinking and getting through, transforming and breaking through, so we bury ourselves like cicadas upon unearthing. First instruction is to weep, and we do. For we do not know if the excavation this time has rendered us spectacle or specter. And we do not know if we can trust what the prophet mothers say when they are equal parts fools. The next instruction is to proceed to the creek. There, we should wash the red from our eyes, the bone stench from our necks. We should marvel at how our hips are no longer tight while our ankles remain swollen. And we should take from this that no parts of our bodies knows grief in the same way, not even in the same lifetime, yet just as in our together dreams, when we would seek water and think we could hear it babbling, think we could smell thirsty animals nearby. When we arrived where we were promised a good week, we only see trees raised for miles and miles, the ground scorched and bloody. And this we call wreckage.
Keep on talking, keep on talking. Talk to me. Keep on talking, keep on talking, talking, talking. Keep on talking, keep on talking. Talk to me. Keep on talking. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Give me the words that will bring new life. Words on the wings of the morning, the dark night will fade away. If you speak to my heart now, speak to my heart, Holy Spirit, give me the words that will bring new life. Words on the wings of the morning, the dark night will fade away. If you speak to my heart now, speak to my heart, Holy Spirit, give me the words that will bring new life. Words on the wings of the morning, the dark night will fade away. If you speak to my heart now, speak to my heart.
Mama say, take this calendula.
is for the heart. Mama say, don't be like Grandma Mabel. Don't swallow anger down and have it rupture and stroke, Mama say.
This ain't no time for seduction by nostalgia. You better open your mouth.
Open your mouth and speak. Teach your lungs to inhale and exhale serpentine. Mama say,
Make your breath do a silent dance to a secret song, Mama say.
You got some lamentation in you, Mama said.
therefore, we chose you. Open your mouth and call out. Let the worms, bitter rot, trapped and loose in your throat fall out. Mama say,
Take this hawthorn, even tide, it's for the heart. Mama say, chew on this little bit of clay, Mama say.
Taste the intimacy of this world's unmaking, Mama said.
be like your grandma Mabel, who, after starving as a child, declared she'd make a feast for every child she did meet.
And you best feast, Mama said.
Open up your mouth, cackle, crackle, let the world see each of your teeth, Mama said.
You got lamentation on you, Mama said.
Therefore, we choose you.
Mama say this earth will outlive this world. Mama say again, this earth will outlive this world.
Tell him I ain't playing with them no more. Tell him I said no more hide and seek. I said go ahead and seek me out. Tell him my body be galactic. Tell him my body be God home. Tell him I've been lost too long. I pray. Make me like the stars my ancestors followed, captivating, yet always eluding captivity. I pray, return me to my stardust. I say, I've been gone from my star too long. May there be no stargazers. Let there be no gaze or watch upon me. I rebuke or surveil against me. Tell them, do not look at me if they refuse to see me. Ask them gawkers, can I have my face back now? Tell them, do not look at me if they only want to capture me, if they only want to consume me, if they only want to feel my flesh burn upon their palate touch. But if they should look at me, and should they, for some reason, see not stars but moon, if they should look at me, and should they, for some reason, see not glow but shadow, and if they are confounded, because they thought only light equal presence, tell them I think the fuck not. Tell them I be here. Tell them that whether of spirit or of flesh, that I play no tricks. I said, tell them I be here. Tell them they should know that my dark body exists, whether or not it reflects the light of their own.
I'm trying to remold my mouth to speak more brave.
Say now, did you say you were lost or lost?
Be patient with me. God's not done working on me yet.
How cruel to feel the bounds of our fleshly road while the borders of this nation remain intact.
That's all I'm saying. We should learn to inhabit more tenderness and more menace.
Listen, you can't catch me.
I come to reshape my hands to be more brave.
Trying to get a grip, but the grief makes me slip.
Word, I ache to feel grounded the same way I want to plot a dirt to ache for my body one day.
Wait for me in the distance between prophecy and prophesied, displaced and misplaced, return and recoil, and I'll be there.
The creek here now, it's all dried up, smells like rue, irises, and dross.
I wake up and I can trust that I've done my best and also know that best is often not good enough.
Be patient. I'm almost done.
I am trying to reshape my cavern hearts, both collapsed and calcified.
Trying to get a grip, but the grief makes me sick.
Wait for me in the distance between oil and soil, oil and water, water and blood, blood in the soil.
Or more precisely, I I'm trying to reshape the language that's languishing in my mouth as rot. The mouth is mine, the language is not. This tongue is mine, that tongue is not.
Even in my dreams, I do not fight. My punches do not land. My throat turns to wet sand. I am trying to inhabit more tenderness and more menace.
If the bounds of our flesh and our erosion, then these borders are gonna get corrosion.
When we say we might mean you, yes, but really we mean, who are you? And who's your mama? For whom have you been refuge?
Trying to get a grip, but the tears make my mouth slick.
Care could always make homes and thresholds.
Listen, you can't catch me. At least not all of them.
Be patient. We come here to make the world come undone.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
So good.
How's your mama now?
She's so good. She really appreciate that gift yourself.
Oh, I saw.
Tell
So
your
good.
mama.
I will.
Listen, there's no my water over here. No, their water over there. Because the water is the water. The water over here is the water of over there because the water is the water is the water.
Yeah.
The water is the water in the now times. The water is the water in the future that remains. Within the now times is the future that remains. The water is the water is the water.
It is.
If somebody start by poisoning us, they end by poisoning themselves because the water is the water.
Water is the water.
Say that.
We say, you play the water.
Uh-huh.
You play yourself because the water is the water.
water.
Uh-huh.
The water will remind us that the water is the water, even when they try to make us forget the water is the water.
Come on.
Yeah.
The water will remind.
Yes, it
Uh-huh.
The water.
Is the water.
Listen, the same sweat that drenched Grandma Nellie's back in the fields once was and is the same
Yes,
pearlescent
yes.
tears gliding down your face as you laugh
Yeah,
was and is
That's
the
right.
same
It
river
is.
that
Come
your
on.
daddy, before he was your daddy, got baptized in.
Yeah,
The same
yeah.
fog still looming over that battlefield. The water is the water.
Woo. Show is. Show is.
This is not to me. All our vulnerabilities are the same. No, this is not to me. Our vulnerabilities are theirs.
No.
Or theirs are ours. Or that we all need water in the same way.
Come on.
But to remind,
Yes.
the water.
Is the water.
The water knows violence, yes. Yes. And the water knows care too.
Uh-huh.
The water knows that suffering ain't the only thing that cultivates virtue.
Say that.
Because the water
Oh, no.
is
Is the water.
Yes, it is.
Take your time. Take your time.
Come on, bitch.
the water. Let me run that back. The water is knows violence. Say
Yes.
what? And the violence can become the contingency that you impose,
Uh-huh.
and become the contingency you oppose.
Say that.
Uh-huh.
And to remind you vex the water.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, you'll hex yourself.
There it is.
Come on,
There it is.
come
The
on.
water
Sit right
is
there.
the now time.
Yes.
The water is the future that remains.
Yes.
The water can grieve you. The water, it can grieve you.
Yes.
You better believe the water. Even when we make the water move heavy with lead and oil and dross,
Uh-huh.
even when the water washes us over with loss, the water is
Is the water.
Yes.
The water knows violence. Yes, I'm gonna bring that back. And the water, it knows care too.
That's right.
The water, it knows that suffering ain't the only thing that cultivates virtue.
Come on now, come on, tell them.
Is the water.
Yes.
The water knows that you can be better by doing better because the water is the water.
Yes.
The water, it can cleanse you.
Yes.
The water can miss you.
Mhm.
The water can mold you.
Yes.
The water can erode you.
Yes.
The water, it can preserve you in its belly.
Uh-huh.
The water, it can hold you up.
Yes.
The water, it can hold you down. Oh yes,
come
the
on.
water can hold you though. The water can hold you. Oh yes, the water, it can hold you. Come on up here and breathe.
Notice the hills. How one of them carries on its face a scar. A section where tractors and bulldozers sunk their rusty talons into its cheek, tore away the trees and brush and left behind a white crater of marl. To the people who live in this valley, it is as if they wear the scar on their own skin, as if a type of ruin has befallen them. Kind of.
That's right, what else?
The earth is kind. It is the world that is cruel.
I think they need to hear that one again. Read.
The earth is kind. It is the world that is cruel.
Scar as evidence of a wound. Scar as proof that what happened did matter, did materialize after all. Scar, the sight of which is enough to make them flinch, although they didn't flinch when I showed them the wound that preceded. Didn't flinch when they were the ones who wounded me. Scar as knowledge formation. Scar as knowledge that emerges from sight rather than from sight. Scar as knowledge that emerges from holding, from wearing, from inhabiting rather than from looking, from gazing, from gawking. Scar as embodied knowledge, scar as making witness, scar as sigils to conjure healing, scar as Jeremy, wound as border, scar as flesh, birth as primordial wound, birthmark as scar, scar as archive, wound as world, scar as the end of.
May we remember the power of testimony.
May we remember the power of the Chironian.
May we remember the power of discernment.
May we remember that we do not have to open up our wounds.
Just to prove that we have been wounded.
May
we speak that which is ours to speak.
May we know how to honor the unspeakable.
May we decipher what has been inscribed in our flesh.
May we recognize ourselves in the cicatrix. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it be.
And so it be.
So good to see you.
please. More. More magnolias, more finches, more dandelion root tea, more freedom from, more dancing, more bees, more kisses on the apples of cheeks, more listening, more breath, more elsewhere, more bouquets of autumn leaves, more clear waters to play in, more consideration, more soft palms, more caress, more freedom to...
No riddle, no remedy can offer you no cures. Just possibilities to live alongside the grief that gets stuck behind your eye sockets. Swells the skin under your eyes, stretches the skin across your cheeks, makes your cheeks and temples tender to the touch. Makes you too tender to touch. Before I was here, I was there. See, elsewhere. And once, I was even you, glittering in my refusal to be enshrined in flesh, withholding my countenance from planets unworthy of facing me. I mean, they couldn't even faze me. I have many lives, cracked from and scattered across the cosmos. I hear them echoing through the ether. I'm just trying to echo back. I mean, haven't you ever searched for another language, yearned for another language, when the first language you were forced to learn cannot name everything? Everything you need to decipher twinkling glyphs signed across your flesh. Do you follow me? It's not that I study the stars, but I listen for the night to speak, and it is always speaking. Consider the moonbeams riddling across the water of your body, Venus and Jupiter dancing in trine as though intertwined upon your arrival. Consider what it is to seek refuge in retrograde, the tender shadows of your own casting, of your own body, that others call terrifying. Consider Harry gazing at those same constellations, gourd spilling possibilities of holding without possession. Consider what it is to collapse after offer radiance. Consider turning to the skies and reading planets' revolutions as signal to turn to our own. Consider that ring of fire, you eclipse, with blackness at its center. Consider how our conspiracies might configure. Consider the cosmic and telluric as our accomplice and witness. Consider, meaning an invitation to go with one star. Consider the cosmic and telluric as our accomplice and witness.
Depending on who you are, we might be talking to you. Yes, you. Not you. Looking at you. Right here. Say now, who are you? And who are you now? And who are you now? Now, don't forget to say who you are now.
Here. World. Not like a singular explosion, more like an elliptical eruption. Patchwork, say we. We who know the signs and believe them not. We who believe the signs and know them not.
Mama, your king, your bond, your home, your heart, your hurt, your love, that's it. How's your mama then? How they been? An elixir of seven strings, editing within that dark matter, your Serayah, that top mother.
Open your mouth. An invocation, incantation, wisdom to call upon for guidance and discernment across dimensions.
As in, Mama and them, creatrix of act right, holder of secrets beneath nails, follicles, and calluses, the understory, the earth.
As in Millie with the long legs, Juanima and Nellie, aka Sister Baby and Big Daisy.
And two-gun Hattie Mae, and Cry who speaks in tongues and kingdom.
And Lil Kev and Clove and Willie Echo with the cheekbones.
And the West girls who be stomping to the Wild Wild West in Texas taverns.
The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West.
And Sister Times with the hands. And May with the praise. And Lola the archivist. And Sarah the 7 generations.
And Sarah of the sea in 7 generations to here, and Mars, holder of space, and Tra who drew bath, and Amy who drew breath.
And Jonathan, cute as a cookie with libations, and HL, and Mabel, who did feast, and Lucinda, lantern along unknown pathways.
And Jessie Mae with the good guitar, and Nina with the healing touch.
And Calendula and Milk Thistle and Nettle.
And Omalolu, songstress of sacred sound, and Alexis, divine diviner.
And Lynn, who drove through that KKK rally, and the people chanting, I believe that we will win! I believe that we will win!
And Rose, sweet Rose who got all, the smoke all, the lavender smoke, and the black moths that visit on birthdays.
And the Eno River, and the Eno Forest, and the Macon Joseph Dirt, and Ngozi, an infusion of truth, and Joanna, the dream walker, and the cicada songs.
A sacred word. If it don't belong in your mouth, with your mouth, don't put it there.
In the now times, this is what we know. To build a mother world is never easy, not when a silence stews, and sulfur stench of hunger brews on our breath. And yes, we can remember what the prophet mother sang in the oracles of Mama and them.
Y'all be sweet now, to each other. You hear?
And yes, we are striving to be sweet, but what a striving sweetness is when we are surviving off the bile and salt and sweat from our flesh. And it is never an easy thing. No, never easy. Not when our calves are tired. So tired, and our feet weeping, blistered, and tender. Not when we are forced to hide in the same trees we know fugitives before us had to hide in. Not when we are forced to hide in the same trees we know others were hanged from.
This is what we know, that when it is not easy, it makes it even more necessary to be sweet with each other. Even more necessary to dream with each other. So he finds a patch of earth that still has soil on it and lie down. Fingers lace like mycelium, and it is never easy when there are pebbles under our elbows and at the crevices of our spines and dirt in our nostrils and in our dry throats. And it is never easy when we are hungry, not metaphorically hungry, but hungry, and thirsty. Not poetically thirsty, but thirsty. And it is never easy once we have fallen and dream with each other and come to a crossroads. And there's always a crossroads. Tonight, some of us want to go away where some of us will get honey, but not all of us. And what determines what gets us fed is arbitrary. Like our hair, or our age, or our tongues, our gender, how we love and express our anger, or our hues, or what we can and cannot do with our bodies. And some of us cry in this dream.
But something is better than nothing.
And some of us cry in this dream.
But we said we weren't going to settle no more. We said we came to unsettle.
And some of us scream. Because it is the only way we know to get some of us to care about this. And some of us scream. Because it is the only way we know to prove to our own selves that we care. And some of us furl our fists because we are used to fighting and have had to fight kindred before and will fight them again if it means we can survive. And some of us furl into ourselves because we have fought enough, lost enough, and want to, if only for a bit, just rest.
This is what we know. We practice dreaming together, not because we know that the place of our dream exists, but because we know that our dream is possible by virtue of our dreaming it.
This is what we know.
The place that we are seeking, the place that we call a good place, is a place that others have called no place. A place that others have believed to be nowhere and have designed other worlds like our receiving one in such a way that this world that sustains life like ours, sustains Black life, is nowhere. And we are bold enough to believe that we can create it to be now here. This is what we know. We did not come this far to recover who we once were, but to recover the desire to be who we need to become.
God of my mama.
My mama's mama.
My mama's mama's mama.
God who formed me in the hollow
In the hollow.
of my mama's mouth.
God of the blue
Spaces between language.
God of songs
that find hearth
In the ocean of the bone.
that seek ocean.
in origin.
God who knows I be burning bush.
God who knows I behold.
Ground.
God who has heard my cries.
Give me water.
Please. God who has seen them
Pour oil on me.
Pour oil on me.
and call it.
Anointing.
God is my witness.
We need transformation.
We need transformation right now. God of bitter ash, stuck in my craw
Oh, how I have made
An idol of your pain.
that transfixes me.
God to whom I draw nigh.
God from whom I draw night.
God that dwells within me.
Finds dwelling in the blackness
Of my psyche.
God that is me.
I said, God that is me.
God of the fugitive.
God that can cloak me.
God
who can hide me.
God, who can hide me?
God who knows my names.
God who knows my heart.
God, make me divine.
God, make me diviner
God, make me the divinest. Diviner that ever did.
than ever was divine.
God who knows what lies in my hurt.
God who knows who lied to my heart.
God, may I find hurt in my heart
God of flesh.
that be smoldering.
God of flesh.
God of flesh.
God of flesh, stay with me. Don't leave me. We calling out to you. God of those killed.
With impunity.
God who knows I be sacred.
God of the lavender scented rain.
That Lily still played in as an old woman.
God of the belly that bursts.
With the stars.
Trying to escape my daddy.
Mouth when he laughs.
God of glow.
God of this world is not my home.
God of the earth.
That says I am not the world's home.
God of elsewhere. We need transformation.
We need
Right now.
We need transformation.
We
right
need
now.
right now.
We
Transformation.
need
We
right
need
now.
transformation.
right
We need
now.
transformation.
We need
We
transformation.
right now.
Right
Right
now.
now.
Right now.
now.
Right
Right
now.
now.
Right now.
Right now.
forming a circle like the pistil of a flower, our trunks and limbs, the petals.
We are here to practice other ways of breathing, other ways of being with each other.
In this together dream, we breathe sharp intakes of breath when we see the trees and reach for our necks. And the trees,
They seem to feel our hands near the roots and bend back with the wind too. All of us petrified with the memories of being uprooted, cut down. All of us knowing violence, but what else do the Prophet Mothers say that we know?
Oh yes, we know care too. We let go of our breath. Don't try to hold it captive. Trust it will come back.
We don't care.
Yes, watering the roots.
We don't care.
Breathing in with each other.
Yes, because we need each other's breath to breathe.
Remembering.
The ways of being together beyond the ways we've been forced to. And as we continue to breathe, we notice overhead the hushed adornment of branches against the firmament, the crowns of trees creeping close, so close that they may gently touch, but blossoms blush just enough won't allow their limbs to brush each other. This desire to be close, rooted in honoring spaces needed for growth. How becoming is this becoming? Haloed branch furtively unfurls alongside haloed branch, enshrines the hollows as hallowed. So the stars above can wink below at dirt, fungi, larvae, stone, feathers, and yes, the fugitives too. May we know how to reach and reach for each other. Even if only to get just close enough to breathe and breathe with each other. Just to be with one another. Yes.
Here the world comes undone. Not like a singular explosion, no more. More like an elliptical eruption, like patchwork, say we. We who know the signs and believe them not, who believe the signs and know them not. We who believe and who know. We who smell mothballs when there are none. We who dream of fish scales spilling from our mouths when we try to speak, and plastic spilling from theirs when they try to speak to us. We who dream of running with yellow balloons in our left hands and trying to release them before they pop and unleash drones, only to wake again and again and again to drones ending whole worlds over there and over there and over here and over there. We whose senses are conditioned to accommodate oppression and exploitation, even our own. We who study pressure points of the human body, of the system, of the U.S. say, apply pressure here, apply pressure here, apply pressure here, and the world comes undone. We, the living in the wake, we a passing present preservation of a general past that keeps reappearing. We spilling out from within an agitated, fermenting world. We for whom I am not I am black common spilling out from within our desire to access freedom. We for whom and through whom other dreams have come to live. We who some say are both too late and too early, Who can predict when we might rouse, bolt, or hurl us all into the future? This is not the nostalgic moment you wish you lived in, but the mythical place of now, located within the memory and consciousness of those who live with us, and after us, and before us. We, free despite thirst, lovely in our dust. We, the probable realms of impossibility, beyond the limits, the uncharted territory, beyond the danger. We, the maps between past and present, we who had been driven into cocoons underground, we who took risks that could make it harder to fly. We who know we love because we breathe. We who sip each other's grief with love. Look at us, looking the way we looking. Look at our wings. Look at our moonlight flight now. Looking like a giant moth, sipping the tears of an antbird.
This might be hard because someone, somewhere, at some time, may have lied to you. Told you that time is linear. And that the world that you inherited is the only world that you can have. And that we are now out of time. Especially those of us who have been displaced to be inside of it. Yet, we remain.
We remain. So if we still have a planet, may you find the work in your hands. May you always find this work of care in your hands. Look at your hands, or your heart, or your mind, or your throat, or your mouth, or your stomach, or whatever it is you use to hold and carry that which you find precious about this world, and know that what is doing the carrying, what is doing the caring is precious too.
In the future that remains, folks may perhaps look back at us and wonder why we did not appear more thirsty. They might wonder why we did not dig more deeply into the earth for groundwater. They might wonder why had the gifts of divining water been lost to us? And why did it take so long for us to get it back? Why did it take so long for us to stop shitting in our clean water when there was flint and pipelines and the chemicals in the plastic water bottles that struggled eggs? And the state that eventually began to hoard the seaweed water capsules that we thought might save us. there are many answers. Some of them feel easy to mouth and others do not, depending on how well the word power and its brambles settle on one's tongue. None of them are truly satiating, though, in answering the questions that indubitably arise. Why did we not survive better? Why did it take the world as we knew it to collapse before we were able to live? And we know that the answer,
Because the world as we knew it had to collapse. It was built on our suffering.
that only yields more wise. So we gently offer that folks dwelling in the future that remains begin first with asking how we survive.
We fought to survive, yes. And we dreamt, yes.
We knew you'd be coming. Child of water. Because you'd said as much in our dreams. Often, in your dream visits, you call out to us as we roam the forests of the ether. Your voice, a silver thread, humming. You pull us by the astral cords of our navels, and we follow until we find you bathing in a pool of water, keening under a red moon. Its light more distorting than clarifying. The trees encircle the pool in a posture of worship. They catch fire if we try to touch you or even approach. Your silhouette, a kindle for the flames. Your song between the crackling. Soon. Soon. Soon.
Other times, when you visit, you sit at our feet, between our knees. You rest your head on the softest flesh of our thighs. You let us oil your scalp and braid blue violets in your hair because times of desperation make acts of tenderness and care all the more necessary. We never see you coming. You simply appear on our porch floors of ether with your face turned away. When your hair is finished, you walk from us towards the shore or where it used to be, never once turning around. We call out to you, child, will you be back? And you always say,
Yes, and I promise to bring water.
We've waited long for you to join us in this realm of earth, rather than in a realm of dream and ether. So when we glimpse the back of your white dress, dirtied at its hem with red dust, in the midst of our attempt to gather mist to drink, we swell with magnificent breath and run to you, shouting, yes, you're here, you are here. And before we can touch your shoulder, you turn around, demanding us to gaze into the dazzling shell adorned mirror that is your face, your voice rippling from somewhere within you, saying, yes, we are here.
we are,
We
we are,
Are.
we
We
are
are
here.
here.
this world is not the end of the world. Because this world is not the world, no. This world is not the only world, but only a world. Do you feel me? The mythos of capitalism and its empires would deceive us into the belief that we are nothing without it, that there was nothing before it, that we will be nothing after it, that it stretches forward and backward like some hungry hand of God. The earth will outlive this world. The earth will outlive this world.
Cicadas crooning, you swaying and swooning at the edge of now, at the edge of elsewhere, now here. Moonrise and moth wings, wisps of air, you and yours curl up, foreheads and knees resting in the dirt. The line of your bodies become a snail shell, the shape of spiraling smoke. You did not get here alone. Rise where you are. Say now, who and what got you here? Who granted you safe passage in gloaming? With the tips of your fingers across your skin, in the air, in the dirt. Right here. Give honor, give thanks, give glowing, low belly songs to this gathering ground. It is all right here. Can you feel it? Touch, touch, touch. Breathe. 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 It is yours and ours. Right here.
May we remember that what they wanted us to forget.
May we remember the parts of us that have been dismembered.
May we be unafraid of the grief inscribed in our chests. May we remember breath. May we remember breath. May we remember breath.
I am divinity, made incarnate as flesh. I say, after the third day, the pain doubled me over. I say I scooted on my belly, and I ate the dust, and it did not choke me. I say I am shedding. I say I am snake. I say on the 8th day, I rise up and I run, moving away from dead flesh, dead skin. I say I don't always like the peeling. I say I don't always like the losing. I say I am ghost-filled. You say that I take up too much space. I say, you mean that I take up space, and of course, because when you say moon dust, I know you mean me. When you say celestial, you know you mean me. I say, I held poison in my mouth and it tasted like mercury and I did not die. I say, I know I be temple because I've been in ruins. I say, my mama say, we came through the fire. I say, mama say she thought the flames would consume us. Mama say we were not consumed, but we came out smelling like smoke. On the 5th day, my great-grandma's name be Nellie. And I say Nellie met this man. And this man was nice. And all she ever wanted was nice. So she walked away with him when she was 17. I say this man, who was old enough to be her father, let her into the Texas woods, and he locked her up in his shack. And he beat her, and he raped her, and he starved her. I say her sister, my Aunt Lucinda, wasn't going to give up on looking for her. I say my Aunt Lucinda, a black woman, cared enough about another black woman, and she was going to find her. I say she found my grandma and waited until the old man left and scooted like her belly like a snake into the shack. I say she got into the shack and found my grandma on her belly too, and together they rose up and they ran. I say my grandma made 2 promises to herself that day, that she would never be taken advantage of again and that she would never starve. So I say I be full of myself. I say I be enchantress.
what got you. Carmen. Lucille. Say who and what got you here. The ocean. Walking. Poetry. James. Odetta. Donnie. Say who got you right here. Sam. Sharon. Lisette. King Reeves.
Say, point yourself out on a map for me. I take your finger, press it against the heel of my palm. I say, here's the honeysuckle that Mama would never let me put in my mouth, lest I think just because something is sweet, it means that it is mine and easy to take. It is entangled in the fence across from the church cemetery where 3 people with my birthday are buried. And to the heel of my foot, here is the playground where I would make bouquets From dying maple leaves turned rudolent, where I first learned the beauty of decay. Into my knee, here is the fog that lingers over the battlefield facing my elementary school. I suspect my tears come from that same water. Into my nose, here is the porch where I would eat pecans with my great-grandfather. The night air smelled of water moccasins and was thick with laughter that lulled me to sleep. Into my shoulder, here is the cotton field where my great-grandma almost killed a man who thought my granny's blood would be sweet and easy to take. Into my ribs, here are the tabernacles in Tennessee and Texas and Arkansas that my mama would make out of closets, still echoing with the prayers that have kept me here. You ask where? I insist. Here.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for the many times, but especially for that one time we were at that house party. It was a chilly night. Carolina crisp cold, but I still had my crop top on. Oh, I tried to sparkle, didn't I? Tried to dash, didn't I? Tried to insist that I wasn't distraught and swollen with sour shame over loving somebody who was there, not loving me. Tried to pretend I wasn't spilling over with grief about how I was a sad black girl who was sad about being a sad black girl when I was just trying to be a dazzling one who trusted in my own abundance and instead of being convinced of my own scarcity. Wasn't fooling nobody, was I? Yet I kept on anyway until I was so saturated with meta sadness and tired of moving through the house with my hurt that I stumbled to you. You were there, studying cut up, disfigured images with such loving attention at the art table. When I finally collapsed in your arms, I stumbled to you, beleaguered in my blues, spilled my drink, spilled myself, my sour shame, my garish grief all over you. Sorrow consumed my lungs, snuffed out any flicker I had left me bent over splintering, made my breath smoke from a snuff flame. Thank you for walking me around the block before returning to the house to sit on the steps. Thank you for helping me find my breath again. Thank you for witnessing my weeping, for not promising me there will be other loves, for simply saying, it hurts, doesn't it? And requiring no more from me than the, yes, it does. That I can only chokingly offer such a simple question, but recognition like this is often foreclosed to me. You know, I'm not supposed to hurt like this, you know, and if I do, I'm not supposed to stay like this, you know? Thank you for not having me translate my grief, situate it in a larger pattern, make it coherent, manage its excess to be worth your presence. Thank you for shuddering, for interrupting any impulse I had to interrupt my teary shudder and crumble with the assertion, I'm not usually like this. I don't usually do this. Thank you for letting me do just that, for going ahead and be just like that, for go ahead and letting me be, for letting me. Thank you. Yes, you let me be. Yes, you let me be. Thank you. Notice, even when I say I
do not speak singular, more like singularity. We be coursing through the course of the world. There's a reason why when I speak, people say I sound just like my mama. Because my mama and them is speaking in me, and with me, and through me. Yes, before I use my tongue to cause undue harm, may I remember that my mama and them are speaking with me.
Besides, if you are so concerned about knowing what you cannot know now, then how can you know what I need you to know in this moment, which is that my tongue is sore and my spirit aches. And I want to know, can you fit me right there? Right there in the crest of your arm. Can I rest here? Let's keep in touch. Please, don't let us lose touch.
Where is the Motherworld?
Listen, it's in, not at. It's in the whistle and hiss, the steam of your breath as you chant.
We ready, we coming,
On top a jail building in ruins, yes, it's in your breath. And in the never dwindling kindle of your fingertips as you reach out to touch the hands of your kindred, your living and your dead, that keep you here,
Right here where we offer ourselves as the remains of the remaining future.
keep breathing. Don't stop now.
Yes, in our breath and in our hands that defend us from the state that craves our death, seeks to snuff our breath, lick the bones, chew the smooth.
And in those same hands tending to the fire, tending to the tendons pulled in flight, to the raised roots of bedraggled hawthorn trees, to the compulsion of our present.
Tending to the dream that what we need can be found nowhere. What others have convinced us to believe can be found nowhere can be found in the now here, like.
You said rent shouldn't exist, so here's a little money for it. Or don't got no money for rent, but take all the food you want.
Or don't got any food, but wrap yourself up in this. Or don't have anything to wear, but here's a card. I've been thinking about you, and a song written for you.
And a milkweed found by chance, and that paper you've been wanting so you can write your mama a letter to let her know you're okay, or a map of the hidden ways to get back safe.
Listen, we've always already been molding and shaping, spinning and folding, birthing and sharing. Can you feel it? It's in our breath and in our hands. Between us, we've got the mother world, the whole mother world in our breath and in our hands.
Here, we got you.
Yeah!
We look out for you. We always looking out. We feel you because you see us and you touch our hearts. You move us. And when you be gone, we notice and we be missing you. You ain't even got to worry. Ain't even got to worry when we indebted to each other. Indubitably.
I'll take care of it.
We say,
I'll take care of you.
we beholding you. We behold you. This our bond to each other. We bonded to each other. We bound up with one another and unbounded by each other, made boundless and bountiful through one another. made abundant with one another. We'll look for you.
If they tell us to go, we'll stay.
We'll reach out for you. We ain't afraid to turn back and reach out for you.
We'll turn to salt for you.
You are kin. You are bond.
You are covenant. This our coven. You feel how our reverbs. This ours. This right here be ours. We gathering together to usher in something altogether new, but we not new to this.
Nah, we true to this.
We've been new this mutuality.
Yeah.
We've always been taught how to do this. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember how my mama and your mama would be playing that game where they could see who could pay first for the check, or my mama would be buying just a few things for the store, but your mama will already have her cash out to slide it in the cashier's hand before my mama could even get hers out of her bag.
Yeah.
And it was never about paying back. They could never pay each other back. It was just about giving because the giving felt good. So they were going to keep on giving.
And what about my grandpa who had chickens but would trade grains and so he made for your auntie's chicken's eggs?
See how we were already learning, already giving, already given what we needed to be with each other anew?
Listen, baby, this you can believe. It means the world, the whole world, to be sharing another one with you.
And the elders among us direct our gaze to the sky, all alluvial, breaking blue, and we open our mouths to catch the cerulean, catch the rugged blues again on our tongue, blurred and bruised, decadent deluge of dirge, drenching skin, dandelions and dirt. Diviners say we dancing dizzy to the ends of the world, dancing at the end of the world to elsewhere, edging to flight, and their flight be. We be a many fork-tongued folk, glossolalia gurgling, crossing and translating other realms, folk. Apocalyptic glitch, we put our hands on our hips and put our hands in the air, hold our hands to the haints and catch their iridescent feathers. Oh, haints, come true to us, come blue to us, come through to this juke joint we call Earth, this jagged jollification. We won't joke, you know, we keep our dead kin with us as the dead kin have kept us the living. Listen, empire can't catch us, but it can catch these hands of redistribution, these moonfire spells to undo and redo, these fractal wing myths exploding the means, this newness, this emergence that isn't actually that new at all if we tell them the truth about our origins. This is quite old, blues old, which is bones old, which is dirt old. Oh yes, we've got our poems, parables, psalms, and our own poems as record that we've refashioned ourselves before. We've questioned ourselves before, quivered with loss before, made portal of crisis and quantum leap rebirthed, bled and tended flesh wounds with rest and stinging medicine before, because the material without the spiritual and psychic does not a dialectic make. Let's get the rhythm of our feet. Let's get the rhythm of our throats. Holding a cosmic alchemy, a tragedy and celebration that can turn this thing upside down so that the sky becomes soil and soil becomes sky and dirt is what we seek for salvation. Verily, verily, when you get this rhythm, meet us at the crossroads. You'll know because you'll hear whistling from the mulberry trees. You'll smell them too, and we'll be there perched, looking real xenial and otherworldly. We'll be humming with the haints, conspiring about going up yonder to be with our mother world. Zoom, zoom, we like to fly away to right here.
right now.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Thank you so very much for braving the wind and the rain to be here with us this evening. It means so much that you are here with us on the premiere of this piece. I'm feeling a little bit speechless. I think mainly what I'm coming here to say is one, gratitude for the brilliance, the heart, the soul, the people that got Destiny Hemphill here so that we can use our words. I also want to say many thanks to Northstar, Church of the Arts, for not just housing us and creating space for this performance, but also they were our executive producer. When we were still when the space was still under the leadership of Heather, I said, hey, I heard some poems by Destiny and I would really love to make it a choreo poem. And she's like, here's some money, go make it happen. So I can't not have the performance and not thank her and thank the current Northstar team as well. And I also, I also just want to say thank you for all the folks on the live stream. Thank you to all these beautiful souls who made this show possible. Our crew, we have Matt on live stream, we have our cast, we have our safety team. Just thank you, everyone. And then lastly, we're all community members. We're the folks who shop at the co-op with you, and our babies might one day go to the same school with your babies. I don't know. So I'm saying that to say that this performance and it really is about ritual and community, and I hope you felt that. I hope you know that this is not performance, that this really is invitation into us opening a portal to another way of being with each other. And I hope that you felt that. And I also hope that in the abundance of community, that whatever feels good to you, we purposely did a pay what you can show, because we really did not want cost to be a reason why folks did not come and did not participate. So whatever feels good to you, please, we accept it as graciously, no matter the amount. Your presence really is the gift that is incalculable. So, yeah. So with that, thank you so much. I hope that you would tell your friends and your people to come. And when they're like, why we gotta get a PCR test? Because we're also trying to practice a community that loves each other and not to want to keep each other safe. Yeah. So please just let them know it's worth it. I hope it's worth it to get the little PCR test and a little nose swab and come to the show. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Are we doing the talk back tonight? I thought we did. Tomorrow. That's it for real.
That's it for real. We're done. I want to
Yeah.
I believe in my heart. God is the source from whom we're never apart. No challenge too great and no cause is too small. This infinite love is inside of my soul.